All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Guys, today we have a Los Angeles Lakers video for you. Now, if you enjoy this video, hit that like button, hit that sub button. We do this every single day. I know you guys would like the content. Now, KUZMA has not had a good playoff first three games at all. They have been extremely bad. He gets paid a lot of money. And KUZMA is just a guy who I really thought was going to turn into a superstar. And while he still has plenty of time, I think it's safe to say that he has maybe not regressed, but he's definitely obviously regressed statistically since being moved to the bench than, like, say, 3 years ago when he was averaging, 17, 18 points per game. I think KUZMA is a great basketball player. I just think he'll be better off on a different team. And we're going to look at a trade idea here. This is from Bleacher Report. Pretty crazy, but we got Bleacher Report trade here, and I think this is perfect. I absolutely love this trade. The downside with this, and there's a glaring downside, is kind of what would happen with Anthony Davis. I mean, when you look at this trade, it's basically, I'll just get it out of the way. It's Jerami Grant, the Lakers receive, and the Pistons receive Kyle Kuzma, a 2021 first-round pick, a 2023 second-round pick, and a 2024 second-round pick. Now, the downside with Grant is mainly his height. And the problem with this is I know Anthony Davis does not have interest in playing the five. I know he plays the five when he has to, but Anthony Davis does not like playing the five. Jerami Grant's only 6'8". And so the issue is with this, either a combination of Anthony Davis would just then be forced to play the five, or Jerami Grant would have to come off of the bench. And that is not really in anybody's best interest to have Grant come off the bench, because he just had one of the best seasons he has ever had, went 22, 4 and 3, essentially. 22 points per game is what he averaged this year. And you look at last year, he averaged 12 with Denver. I mean, he took a huge increase. So I want to see Grant start. And that's the huge issue, is you would kind of have to go, man, there's just so many different hypotheticals. That's why I'm making this video. You could move LeBron to point, but LeBron, I don't think LeBron at point this many seasons in is the best move unless you really have to do that. So let's just say Dennis Schroeder or, some other point guard. You got KCP, then you got LeBron James. There's just a big issue is you either have to go. I don't think that the Lakers will be able to get Drummond. He's just going to be a little too expensive. So maybe they run with Anthony Davis and then Marc Gasol and then play around with options. But it's just, you kind of have this whole issue. The issue is essentially the same issue that the Lakers had before they got Andre Drummond, where it's just Anthony Davis either has to play the five, or you got to go super small. Maybe Trez plays the five, or you just have to kind of deal with Marc Gasol playing the five. And personally, whether or not Marc Gasol comes back next year, I think he will be back in a Laker uniform. He's just at 36, not going to be useful. There's not really any use for him. If there's barely use for him right now, I just have a hard time imagining all year next year there's going to be a ton of use. So I think this is just, if they were to make this trade, this is, first off, if you were to get offered this trade, it is something you 100% have to do. If the Lakers received this trade and they turned it down, I think they would be absolutely crazy. However, there is logic behind it. You are waiting for Kyle Kuzma to take that big next step, and then you're seeing if Jerami Grant just had a lucky season because he was on Detroit on a horrible team, and maybe that's why he was doing so well. But personally, I think Grant's a good basketball player. Kuzma's a good basketball player. I just think that getting Grant helps this Lakers team a little bit more, because Kuzma is just not providing much, if any, value for this team the way he is playing off the bench. Now, I hope what ends up happening is he fixes it, turns it around, later on because he was fairly useful for the Lakers last season in the playoffs. So if Kyle Kuzma can help produce and get another ring, go back-to-back, my stance on this may change. But if they lose this, Kuzma keeps playing the way he's playing, this is a trade that I think that the Los Angeles Lakers